I am so excited to share with you an amazing opportunity that I never saw coming, where I got featured on a billboard in Times Square in New York City for 3 hours on a major billboard, got featured by this big company, and it was the most amazing experience of my life. And I wanted to share this with you guys and talk about it because this is something that I don't really get to share. And this was something that was really, really unexpected, all from starting a YouTube channel, essentially, not just being an entrepreneur, but really you're going to be able to glean so many lessons from watching this. So let's get into this.
That is awesome.
So exciting.
How does it feel to be on a billboard?
It feels really, really awesome. Like I'm on a billboard in Times Square for making YouTube videos and TikTok. Like, that's incredible. Like, Cardi B was just up there. Beyonce is over there. You know what I mean? Like, that's insane. Like, you're on the same billboard. That's crazy. I'm so excited. It's like the most exciting. Like,
Yeah.
So this all started from me getting an email that told me to open up an account, or actually reopening an account that I had with this company, and I could win a chance to be on a billboard in Times Square. So of course you see this type of stuff. You guys get emails like this all the time. What do we think? We think that you are scamming. This is some lie. This cannot be real. Why would this company feature me on a billboard? That's what I thought. I still struggle with those same thoughts, the same way that you probably have, where we're just not sure. Is this really happening? Is this really happening?
Maybe I'm dreaming this.
So long story short, I have gone to so much mentorship and I've worked on myself so much over the years that I really am able to push down all of that negativity, all of the skepticism, and that little cynical person that lives inside of me. And I go back to the child in me. And so I do that. And I was like, you know what? Let's just see what happens. I get those thoughts, those negative thoughts, and I always can pull myself back and say, let's just see what happens. And I am so glad that I did. So I literally reopened up the account, made the deposit the way they asked me. And I just put the minimum they said. If they said this was the minimum they wanted, you guys know that's all I put in there just to see. And I reasoned it in my mind that, hey, a billboard on Times Square will cost way more than this anyway. And, at this point, it did start to feel like this was pretty safe and this was going to happen. But of course, then the next step, you put the money in and you have to wait to see if you win. And so then a few days later, I get the email, congratulations, you won. And then all of the nervousness comes back. And so I have to submit a picture, and, you go through with your team, like, what's the best picture of me? What's the best picture? Should we go with a business suit? Should we go with the one where I'm holding a suitcase? Should we go with the one where I'm by the fountain? Which one of these photos, all these photos that we've taken, would be the best to be featured on Times Square? Because this is just the biggest platform. Okay. This is like dream come true type stuff. So we finally get through that process and we pick the picture, we send it over. We have to send them more than one. They give us some instructions. They write back, okay, this is the one we selected, and this is a preview of what your billboard is going to look like. So now is the point where I feel comfortable kind of just telling my inner circle, telling people, hey guys, I am going to be featured on a billboard in Times Square. But at the same time, I am still like, should I share this with the world? So I hadn't shared it with you yet. I had not shared it with you yet. And so long story short, they tell me, we pick the slot. Like, they tell me the date is going to be up there, and it's a Friday night, and it's peak time and prime time. And they are like really excited that this is happening for Noelle Randall. And they're like, are you going to fly out? A lot of the influencers and the creators, they do, and, take pictures. It's great promo, it's great content. And obviously it's a fun time. And we have a few creator events that we're going to invite you to as well. So they really started just doing it big. And I got my ticket. I was going to even stay at the nicest hotel that I could think of, which was the Waldorf Astoria. But they wanted like $3,000 a night, and for a regular room. And for that, I could get a presidential suite at this hotel. So this was literally my hotel room. Here's just some video of that, because this was the nicest suite I've ever stayed in. So this was on the 46th floor on Times Square. So it obviously was not very cheap, but it was very worth it. I felt like a queen. I'm going to be on a billboard, and this is such an experience. So I am in the presidential suite on Times Square, directly looking down Times Square. This is the view from my hotel room, or should I say from the presidential suite. Okay. And it was amazing. It was an amazing hotel. It was beautiful. It was huge. Just the amazing amenities, Wolf appliances. I am on this apartment. I was just in here looking around thinking this apartment would cost $40 million. You know what I mean? So even the fact that you could get a hotel night, and yes, thousands of dollars per night, baby, if you got a $50 million mortgage, you could check and see what the payment would be per night. So anyway, I really was just so happy that this whole thing was happening. So now fast forward to get to go see my billboard and get that revealed. I literally had to go to the event that they had, where it was at the Lifetime Fitness on Penn Station in Manhattan. So like this really fancy Lifetime Fitness. They have this pickleball, and they have this pickleball event for all of the creators. So I go there, I'm doing my introverted thing though. Here's a clip.
Per usual, at an event, kind of to myself, being alone, as friendly and loving as I am whenever I go out in public, I'm always introverted. That took a lot of effort for me to get out of this. So all these people here, it's a creator shirt out. I'm sitting by myself because I wasn't allowed to bring anyone with me along with the creator.
So now we're having this event. It's actually starting to heat up. I actually started playing pickleball. There's pictures of me playing pickleball. I had never played pickleball a day in my life, but it was actually like a really, really fun experience. And they had this amazing like champion pickleball player that we got to play against, but Noelle Randall did not participate in that because I rushed home. Back to my hotel because my billboard was on from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. on a Friday night. So like really, really prime time, like high traffic time, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., which I thought was going to be awesome because lots of people got to see it. But it also made it really, really difficult for some of the other stuff that I'm going to show you guys, where I was trying to get in front of the billboard and literally get that footage and those pictures and those videos. I even wanted to go live, but there was no way. People were pushing me. People said, yeah, some people did see me and kind of congratulate me for being on the billboard, but they're New Yorkers, okay? And they behaved like New Yorkers, like, get out of my way, I don't care who you are. So now I've done the pickleball. I meet back with the guy who tells me who's going to video me, and the representative from the company, 𝗓𝗢𝗘, and he's the videographer, and he's going to interview me and all of this amazing stuff and help me and get content and for their pages and stuff like that. That's part of the agreement, of course.
All right. Okay, no, I'm forgetting where it is. This way. It's not the way.
You know where it is. It's one block. Across the street. I live here? Like in New York City or no?
I'm probably not.
Obviously.
Where are you based?
Orlando, Florida.
Orlando?
Yeah. I'm from Connecticut, so I've been to New York, but I've never been to Times Square.
Really?
Never.
Why?
I know. I've been to Brooklyn and Queens, and this is so touristy that I never thought to ever come here.
It's pretty touristy. It's the only place I spent my time this week so far.
Right. 56 million tourists, they say, come here a year or something. So I was like, yeah, no, never been here. Super excited. Like, wow. And it looked overwhelming when we first got here. Like,
It's loud. It's overwhelming. I would not want to land here.
no.
Some of my New York friends were like, you got to get outside. Yeah, I got some time here.
Me too. I don't fly back until Saturday night. So we're gonna just,
I'm back on Saturday at 5.
okay. Where you from? Okay. I love Michigan. I want to start.
Oh, I was just thrown off by the stuff.
This is very good to have.
People are different.
Oh my God.
Everything.
And just one day being here.
Almost New York.
Almost.
Yeah, I got a little close to somebody's hips. She started like, yeah, right here. That $1,000 says there, see? Yeah, and she was like, you're gonna sit right there. Like, you better not steal my seat. No, it's like, I don't know why. like, ma'am, I'm sorry, ma'am. I don't know what I did.
How real was that day? I think I've been on I flew Delta. And I said, this is the most aggressive flight I've ever been.
It was Delta.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of New Yorkers on a plane. Like, yo.
And right away, she said, I'm sorry, I apologize. I said, I forgive you. She's like, I didn't ask for your forgiveness.
Oh, Lord.
And then we went right back to our conversation. Yeah. Like, is this what it's like talking to someone from New York? I don't know.
I think it is. Like, they're like super. He got into it while I was looking at somebody at the Lifetime Fitness. So while we were doing the pickleball, he was just gonna go like work out, and the girl's like, $100 for a day pass. He's like, okay. Like, still want it? Like, what is this? What is this? Like,
yeah, San Diego is definitely. We're gonna step out into the crosswalk. I'm sure it'll be a lot better.
yeah.
All right.
All right.
Let's take a look.
Okay. Actually, no, let's go across the street that way. Yeah. There you go. Ah! That's incredible. Like, I am like on cloud nine. Oh, not over here, New York. Okay.
It's my first time in New York City, like on my own. I've only been here like on a high school tour or whatever. I don't really count that too much.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I'm just gonna put it in.
Okay. There we go. So exciting!
How does it feel to be on the open?
It felt really awesome. Like, I just like almost words can't even put it into perspective. Like, I want to Billboard in Times Square for making YouTube videos. TikTok. Like, that's incredible. Like, 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗞 was just up there. Beyonce is over there. You know what I mean? Like, that's insane. Like, you're on the same Billboard. It's gonna be. It's most exciting. Like,
Did you ever think you would be up?
No, but I wanted to. Like, I even went by shit. I'm just struggling. I like looking at it. I'm a TikTok around the content around real estate and business, and then I graduated with business funding. I used to be a full-time employee. Now I'm an entrepreneur, so I love sharing information. From entrepreneur, I'm sorry, employee to entrepreneur. And it's been awesome because a lot of people have just followed the content. Obviously, it's grown entrepreneurs. I run nothing on hundreds of thousands on TikTok and all these other things.
You know, you really somebody want to go
Yeah.
Bye.
It really is about making the decision and saying, I'm putting in such and such states, and then working on that and making real decisions. Because we get so used to working and getting our paycheck that being an entrepreneur, this is how you're treated. But if you make a decision, I literally have made millions of dollars as an entrepreneur. I never made that work. And even though I make work, you can't make that type of money working for someone else. You're working for yourself, having your own businesses, looking for income. Billboards, who's gonna put an employee at Wells Fargo or Bank of America, right? And we're on a billboard. They're not.
Garrett might.
Garrett Financial, I love them.
I mean, that's hard to do though, to make that decision. I mean, it's like that. You got to make that decision, set a date, whatever. But what if you like, no, that doesn't make sense for me. But it's scary. Like,
Yeah.
what about that?
Don't be scared. Again, what are you afraid of? You're not gonna die because you don't have a job. And the truth of the matter is, you're spending 40 hours earning money for that company. They do not pay you because you don't make the money. So whatever you're doing for them, if you get it for yourself, you realize you can make way more money. I know that when I worked at a bank and I did some of the stuff that the bank paid me $100,000 to do, I get paid $1 million to do if I did. So if you're afraid of quitting, you're afraid of stepping into like, you're afraid of it, you're gonna die anyway. So not just die, just quit your job.
It's a little bit of the fear of the unknown.
Oh, definitely. And I get that. And I say, but everything that you're going to do that's great in life has fear. When Karen said, I'm going to put you on a billboard, I almost didn't believe it. Like, is this spam? You know? You're afraid. You're always afraid. So, feel the fear, feel it.
I love that. I know. What's like one hot take you have?
From all of this,
Like how hard it is, or I guess you kind of nailed it.
I can't, but I am so optimistic. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's the hardest thing in the world to keep putting out YouTube videos. So it's a lot harder to go to college, finish, climb a corporate ladder, get a promotion. It's actually a lot easier to do it your own self, do your own thing. Once you figured out how to make money for somebody else, you can definitely make money for yourself. So I am optimistic because I know it's possible.
All the way what is the biggest area? Start from like
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So I'm working a job and I started making my around like how stuff that I did while I was working the job. So I just ended up getting a coaching program, a mentor who was like, you should just do the real estate thing. Like you're doing it as a side hustle. Why not do it as your full-time thing? So I started doing that full-time. Then I started the YouTube and all those other things. And it's like I've been a business person that then became this is a and then that was you're a business person. So now you get in front of a camera, talking, putting out content. Stupid. You look stupid. But guess what? You get better. Just keep going.
We're like, this is it. I'm on the right.
Definitely. Like even when I had like 5,000 subscribers, I heard that because the people that come on your channel, if you actually are a business person, you set up a fund where like how many people scream and exchange for you know that. Feedback. Give you this feedback. Number one, email. Now I have an email. I can email like 4,000 fast, just like giving away a free and get email. And once you have email, it's like email address, you can email. So when you like 5,000 subscribers, it puts like, look, this is $1 million opportunity.
So was there a moment that you felt like you made it?
No, I definitely do. I'm very content where I am. Even if I don't have subscribers yet, I don't have this, I don't have that. I definitely feel like I made it. I want a billboard in Times Square. I'm living my best life. So no, I'm not Cardi B or Beyonce, but I'm Noelle Randall and I'm enjoying my life. I have my freedom, I have my business, and I am here in New York City. So you really can't tell me what to do. Not today anyway. Thank you.
I keep telling this to so many people, but I'm going to tell it to you too. You're so good on camera.
You have to start to think there's this amazing opportunity that I got, but I actually am kind of a big deal. I get to be one of their influencers, making content, shouting them out. I tag them in this video, things like that. So I started to see that I am valuable and they're not just featuring a nobody. I literally have you watching, and that's who they really care about, opening an account with them. So, you know, there's a link in the description box if you want to open an account with this company. I obviously now have an account with them, and a credit card and a bunch of other stuff they tried to give me, and they want to give me a bunch of funding. So they have a lot of stuff available if you're any type of creator, big or small. Okay, just so you know. 𝗓𝗢𝗢𝗞 Financial, link in the description box. So now here I am. Look at me on this billboard. It is time. I'm excited. When I first saw it, I could not believe that it was over this, you know, cannabis dispensary. And so their ad kept playing, but in between, I just kept popping on that screen, and I would be up there for like a few seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds. I forget how long it was. And people were seeing me and seeing it. And it was just millions of people that saw this billboard and saw me on a billboard. And it was just so exciting for me. And what I wanted to share, really what I wanted to talk about and just say is like dreams can come true. You think things aren't possible. Things are very, very possible. You have no idea what's possible. You have no idea if you clicked on the email and you just went down and see what they had to offer, if it was real. You don't have to be afraid of every offer that comes into your email. This literally all started with just an email and an offer for me to open up an account and then be featured and be entered in a contest. And Noelle Randall does this type of stuff. I fill out applications for grants and for contests, and I win, and I meet amazing people, and people, I get outside and I get around like-minded people, and it grows and it grows and it grows. And so this billboard and seeing myself up there and the lights and all the people and, you know, being interviewed and featured and being the biggest creator at the event and all this other stuff was really, really life-changing. It really made me think about where I started. I always share that I was in my parents' basement and I was broke and I was bankrupt and, I lost everything and I started going to classes. And then once I kind of got some money, I decided to start a YouTube channel. So who would have ever guessed? I know I did never guess I was going to be on a billboard in Times Square. Okay. And it's true. I am. And I'm featured and I have all of these amazing partnerships and opportunities and athletes and celebrities and actors and people that want me to help them buy real estate and teach them real estate and people that buy my books and just all of the opportunities that have been created from me just going for it, me just clicking the email, me just checking it out, going to the place, seeing what they have to offer, asking the question, me just being me has turned into an amazing life for me. And so more than anything, this experience, I wanted it to be an inspiration, a motivation for anybody that's having any doubts about themselves. Don't. I had so many tough days. I had so many people tell me I would never make it. I had so many people tell me that, it's the competition, this and this is that, and you're that, and you look like this, and you're this race, and you're this sex, and all of these things that do not matter. When you want something, you can have it and it's yours. And you don't have to compromise yourself. You don't have to change who you are. You get to just be you and amazing things can happen for you. If anything you've ever seen in my life has inspired you, let this inspire you because I was skeptical at first. I was scared at first. And look, it was real. It was all real. They were never going to scam me and have me, take my money. But that's what my negative mind went to for just a split second. But because I have worked on my positive mindset and because I have worked on, just believing in myself that I am worthy of things, well, then I am. And all of these amazing opportunities follow. Again, not every day is sunshine and strawberries, but there are a lot of amazing days in my life. And I'm so happy that I was able to share this amazing day with you. The day that I flew out to New York City on a first-class flight and stayed in the presidential suite in Times Square and was featured on a billboard on Times Square. That is possible. That is a dream come true. Dreams do come true, especially if you wake up and work towards them. I'm sharing this with you. I'm so happy to have shared this with you. The next day I went to Central Park. Here's just a couple of footage of that. Looked at some amazing and inspiring real estate, obviously multi-million-dollar apartments and some of the most beautiful land in the world in Central Park. So again, someone that grew up in Connecticut, I grew up in Bloomfield, Connecticut. I had never been to Central Park or Times Square. So it's so amazing that it took this opportunity for me to go. So it was an amazing time and opportunity to get to go to Times Square and be featured and just be the star of all of it. So this was amazing. And so was the trip and had a great time. And I learned a lot. And I'm so happy to share this with you. If you're doubting yourself, if you need to believe in yourself in any way, shape, or form, pick up my books for free at deals.noellerandall.com. Pick a horse, and the Manifest Journal will really help you achieve your number one goal. Like I said, dreams do happen, especially when you wake up and you work towards them. I'm sharing this with you not just for inspiration, but sharing you all of that so that you know that I will always tell you all of the knowledge, all of the resources, and all of the tools that you need to be successful. This is Noelle Randall. To your success.